I am Shaana Rahman, and I am a plaintiff's personal injury attorney here in San Francisco. I have my own firm. I'm also a member of the board of directors of the San Francisco Trial Lawyers Association.
My name is Rebecca Gray. I'm a partner at Pillsbury and Levinson. We do exclusively insurance bad faith litigation on behalf of policyholders. So that's just a fancy way of saying that we sue insurance companies for screwing people over. I'm also on the board of San Francisco Trial Lawyers Association.
So we're here to talk to you about a couple of things today. We're going to talk to you about San Francisco Trial Lawyers Association, or SFTLA, and some of the programs that we run to benefit law students, which have been very well received by your peers in past years. And we also want to talk to you a little bit about what it means to be a trial lawyer, what it means to be a plaintiff's lawyer, and answer any questions that any of you might have about trial work or about going into representing plaintiffs in any of the areas that we do. So to start off, I wanted to, is anybody a member of SFTLA? Everybody should be, right, because you're all first year. All right. So we have a mix of chapter people in here and also other interested parties.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So San Francisco Trial Lawyers Association is the oldest and I think largest trial lawyer association in California. The inception of our organization was in the 1950s, and it was created as a way for trial lawyers to bind together and share ideas, share strategies, and have a community. And so we have close to 900 members now of both trial lawyers and also law students who do a variety of things together. We have many events. We are primarily an educational nonprofit, so we put on many educational classes, so MCLE classes, which are great for lawyers, but also just starting out lawyers and law students as well. We also do a lot of social events, a lot of networking events, so that our members can get to know each other and form relationships. And what we found over the years is that SFTLA is really a great way for law students to get involved in our community. And I know everyone here is probably thinking, what am I going to do when I graduate from law school? Am I going to be able to find a job? And one of the great things about SFTLA is it's a way to network with lawyers so that when jobs become available, you'll know the people who have the jobs and people will think of you. And so one of the things you've probably been hearing through the Career Services Center and maybe with the OCI and that sort of thing is that you really have to form connections and network to get jobs in this economic climate. And that is very true. And so our organization works very hard to form those relationships between students and lawyers. And we have a number of ways for you guys to do that, and we brought some information with us today. And one thing that we encourage law students to do is to sign up to be a member of SFTLA. It's very inexpensive for law students. It's $30. You can do it online. And what that allows you to do is to actually have access to our members. We have a listserv where lawyers ask questions and provide answers to each other and talk about events that are coming up. We have classes that you can attend, and we have social events. So it's really a great way for you to get involved on a first level. We also have 2 internship programs. We're going to talk about one in much more detail, but one is on this white sheet of paper. If you're interested in a regular internship for the summer, then you can fill this out, and when our members are looking for law student interns for the summer, we try to match you up with someone who has a job. So that's also a very great idea if you're looking for jobs this summer. And the last thing we're going to talk about is the Trial Advocacy Fellowship. Has anyone heard about the fellowship before? We've been here a number of times, okay? Show of hands, who's a 2L? Okay, almost all of you, okay, great. So all of our programs are open to any year law student except for the fellowship. The fellowship is open only to students who have completed their second year of law school in full. And the Trial Advocacy Fellowship is it's one of a kind in terms of how it's laid out. It is a program designed for law students to get experience with trial lawyers. And so it's a summer program, and it runs, this year it's running from May 28th through August 10th. And this is the flyer, talks about it. And what we do is we take 4 law students out of all the applicants, and we give them fellowships. The fellowship comes with a $6,000 stipend for the summer, and law students get paired with 3 different law firms. So you're with the first firm for 4 weeks, the second firm for 4 weeks, and the third firm for 3 weeks. And during that time, you're getting to shadow some of the best and greatest trial lawyers that we have in California. And you can get to do a variety of different things. Over the years, we've had students actually go to trial, okay, with the firms they're with, and actively participate, help with what do, or actually engage the attorney about what they've seen at trial and give input and draft motions. We've had many students attend depositions, court hearings, motions, mediations. So students get a wide range of experience. And what's really interesting about this program is that sometimes law students have more than one field that they're interested in. Okay, so we frequently have law students say, well, I might want to do employment law, or maybe I want to do class actions, or maybe I want to do personal injury work, I don't know. And so with this program, we get to match your interests with the specialties of our firms, and so you will have an opportunity to see more than one different type of litigation environment. And that can be very helpful for you to narrow down your field of what you might want to do. And the firms that participate, we match you with a senior attorney or a partner in the firm, and they mentor you. And you get to ask them any questions, and you get to see things in real time. You get to see what it's like on a day-to-day basis to be a trial lawyer. And you don't get to sit in a corner and do discovery or research the whole summer. You'll do some of that, but by and large, you'll be out in the field with the lawyers, seeing what it's like. So that's a really a program that we really love, that law students have had a great time with, and we've had nothing but good feedback. We've had a number of Golden Gate students go through our fellowship, and many of our fellows end up at the end of the summer with law clerk jobs, and several of our past fellows are still doing plaintiff's work, working for our members. So it's a great way to network and have potentially a job at the end of the road. So that's the fellowship. Does anybody have any questions? Yeah.
Is it all plaintiffs' firms, or is it a variety?
It's all plaintiffs' firms, and the firms we choose 12 firms in the Bay Area, and they range in practices. So we have employment firms, consumer class action firms, bad faith coverage firms like Rebecca's. We have plaintiffs' personal injury firms. That pretty much spans this elder abuse. But the firms vary in size also, so you can get we have small firms, we have big firms, so you can get a sense of where you'd like to work, small, medium, or large. But it's all plaintiffs' firms. Any other questions about the fellowship? So, no? Okay.
Let's see, one of the things we try to do is try to get you to have a writing sample by the end of the summer. You're not going to be doing a classic research and writing experience like some of the big firms will have you do. But we would like you to do some writing so that you can come out of the summer with something you can use as part of your resume building. One of the things that we're looking for is a demonstrated commitment to diversity. The world of lawyers, as you all know, if you're paying attention, is underrepresented by people of color, LGBT, and people from other countries. One of the ways SFTLA, in particular Diversity Committee, has endeavored to change that is to help see the new lawyers coming up with those who are committed to diversity. So when we look at the applications, we're looking at people who are interested in supporting diversity. You don't need to be from a protected class, but somebody who has a demonstrated commitment. And we want to foster that and feed those people through their careers.
The program is sponsored by the Diversity Committee, which we are both members of, but we do define diversity very broadly. And so, like Rebecca said, you don't have to be a member of some diverse group, but we do look at what you've done and where your commitment is. And we're also looking for students who have a commitment to the civil justice system and who, at their heart, want to do trial work, okay, who want to be in it day to day. This is the kind of hands-on opportunity that students who think they might want to be in a courtroom someday can really get a lot of benefit out of. Rebecca's firm has been a mentor firm in the past couple of years, and so Rebecca can tell you a little bit more about what she has had fellows do and what they've seen.
All the firms will, one of the things we try to do when we place the fellows is give them a diverse experience in terms of size, as Shauna mentioned, but also personality. Like people, plaintiffs' law firms have very distinct and wide-ranging personalities, so we try to give our fellows a real interesting range. Within the firms, there's also going to be just a wide range of kinds of tasks. The first year, we were preparing for trial when our fellow started. So our fellow, we did a voir dire prep, and so he participated in that. We did a mock voir dire. He got to be a mock jury consultant. We had a very heated deposition that took place in the courtroom with the judge present of a partner at a law firm. It was hotly contested and very exciting, and he got to sit in on that. We did extensive deposition preparation of our clients, and both my fellows have sat in on those sessions. That can be really both fascinating and valuable to see what real plaintiffs are like and what it's like to prep a plaintiff for deposition, which is one of the most important things you can do. I've also given writing projects. The first fellow helped draft an article for publication. I've had fellows do investigation, looking into notorious defense doctors and the kind of dirt we can get on them, looking into road conditions and how long it would take to get from one place to another, or weather conditions. So it can be factual, it can be legal, but it's structured to be interesting. If you're interested in this kind of work, you're going to love this fellowship. And the people that are hosting fellows, the people that are on the board of SFTLA, these are our jollies. We love this stuff. We love to be in this litigation sphere, fighting it out and duking it out with large corporations and government entities that have victimized our clients.
How many people here want to do trial work? Know that in their bones. All right, so we have a fair amount. Who's here? Maybe, and that's fair. And the reason I ask that is, a lot of times in law school you get some experiences, right? You get to go to mock trial or do mock trial or move court, and that could spark your curiosity about what it's like to be in a courtroom. But a lot of law students don't really know what it means to be a trial lawyer or do trial work. And how many of you even know what it means to be a plaintiff's lawyer? Okay, all right, just a handful. So let's back up the truck. So being a plaintiff's lawyer can mean a lot of different things, but by and large, plaintiff's attorneys represent people who have been victimized or wronged by someone or something or some corporation. And so what we do is we represent the injured party to try to get them compensated in the civil justice system. And in the civil system, the primary mode of compensation is monetary. So in all of our cases, can be what we're looking to right the wrong with, is money. And so that is true in medical malpractice cases where a doctor breaches the standard of care and injures or kills someone. That is true in a plaintiff's personal injury case, like in a car accident where someone runs a red light and hurts someone else. It's true in employment cases where an employer discriminates or takes some other sort of unlawful action against an employee. It is true in consumer class action cases where a company or an entity creates some sort of harm to the public at large. But in those cases, you also have other reliefs like injunction, making the corporation stop what they're doing. And it is true in the insurance bad faith context where insurance companies don't do the right thing by way of their policyholders. So that gives you a sort of an overview of what it is that we do. We try to help protect rights, certain rights that people have, and right wrongs. And that's our job. And to do that, that means a lot of different things, but primarily we're involved in litigation all the time. And litigation in the civil system can mean a lot of discovery